Alright, where are we at? Where are we going? What are we doing? So we need to hook up the battery, that's for sure. We'll go ahead and dump the oil in there because it needs to get in there and not just like sit in the top side of the pan. The crankcase. Front cover. It would sit in the front cover. Ooh, it's making a mess. Good enough. Remnants. And then we'll just let it sit with the excess flow while I hook up the battery. And apparently, if I wrapped around this, it was not the best move. And then I need to hook up other stuff. Is that a 13? I want to say it is, but I kind of think it's not. Correctamundo. Let's leave this connected. I was just thinking about that too because it's better that way. And cranking this thing over, we want to keep charging on the battery, so now I can load the ECU. 13 more. Look, not started like it's supposed to be. It does have to come on. As it rejects my read-only. Because you can't load the ECU without it being on. You know how long it's been since this thing's been on? Our primer Let's hope that it works too. I got this Microsoft Surface tablet so that I can actually load the ECU with it. Showing up. Connected. I'll open the file because if we leave the one on here, it's gonna freaking mess it up. Flash it. Complete. So convenient, that thing. No more fucking bulk ass bullshit. Sitting here debating on whether or not I want to do the shifter. Trying to do. That made such a mess. It's disappointing. Where are we at with it? The lid, which almost got forgotten. Then it would be primered. You can never tell. I think it can probably take some more, but primer is the only thing coming to mind. Just take your time, make sure everything's covered. Because you don't have to just fucking fire it up and then find out oil spraying everywhere because you didn't put something on. So we can actually check if it's primering from the turbo feed. Way better. Well, I guess I'm gonna do that. Hold on, let's move that. We're gonna bring the window down. Which should have been the case, but yep, that's how it goes. So much more comfortable. Fuck. So we have to put the boot on here. It smells so decent in here as well. And there's this. We're gonna do this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Maybe not. I mean, it all lines up. better. When it comes to alignment, but the bolts are not there. Imagine identifying that. And unlocking the secrets of the universe. I don't have a light. Where am I going? Right there. Looks like it'll line up if it just moves forward a bit. How did I do this? So the fat side first. And then lifted. Shifted. Is this picking up? No, because the lighting is way the fuck off. That's better? A lot better. I'm just getting the boot on here because I'm thinking about it. It makes more sense to do this than to not to do it, and it's just so displeasing. What a fucking idiot. Well, whatever. Can't we just get on there? I need pliers, to be honest. Then I can just grab it and pull it through. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Okay, nothing's lining up here. But it's perfect. Oh, there it is. That's one. Pretty sure that these are correct ones. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Let's grab our little walker, soccer, bumper. I'm thinking of 12 with uncertainties. That's that one, right? Then grab an extension. We should be in business. Corporate capital business. know, people are just freaking criminal. It's not like they give a shit about you. Political, religious, whatever. I don't give a shit. Give me it. It sucks learning that sort of shit the hard way. Because some dude's paid off to be a fucking actor to take advantage of you in someone else's corporate interest. Like, it's difficult to even trust basic shit. And then the political climate we're in just makes everything worse. Well, that's on there. Then uncertainty in actual relationships with real people. Like, who can you actually fucking trust? And people don't even have to intentionally try to fuck you over. That's the thing. Is they're just so ignorant that they only have their little perspective of everything. And so someone can take advantage of them so easily. That hinders you. And then you get put in the same situation as everyone else, or you don't really give a shit. It's just like making it to the next stage, or whatever. Because all your hard work goes down the fucking drain. Ugh! I can't see if it's fucked, which it is. We are winning now. The only thing they care about is their own fucking selfish bullshit in this existence of a world, and you're forced into that situation because it's an every man for himself's fucking world. And even if you try to be a good guy and fucking help other people out, then you get thrown under the fucking bus, and then you get put back into that every man for himself situation. There's no escape. None at all. You know, I don't even see why this goes in here, but whatever. That's just convenient. Cosmetic. I don't think that's the right way anyways. And plus it's gonna fucking break. Because it's worn out and decayed. Barely even together. And we have our screwing coming up next when the price is right. Well, that was easy enough, huh? easy, is what they all say. Until you're 20 fucking years in and realize it was a mistake. Imagine devoting your life to something only to realize it was the wrong decision. I don't know. You can say nationalism. No. I mean, yeah, that can be a situation, but it's not what I'm talking about. I mean, shit, for all you know, someone had that happen in that exact scenario. Anything's possible. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about other stuff. Trust. Investing in other things. I don't know, let's take this car for example. It's a Subaru. I'm investing in Subaru by modifying, purchasing, representing, or whatever. But that's not the way Subaru sees it. Subaru sees it as you're one of their assets. And that's the way things work anymore. It's not like, oh hey, we need to make sure our customers are happy and take care of them. No, you're a fucking product to them. You don't purchase their product. You are their product. And so in 5 years, when everything changes about Subaru, and I'm up shit creeks because I invested so much in them, then what? Let's say 20 years I've invested into building a shop that is Subaru oriented, and then what? Nothing but fuck you, because you devoted your life to something, and they don't give a shit. They're just fucking on to the next one, on to the next latest greatest. Let's force it down people's throat because they can't afford to compete against our fucking war machine of mechanisms that no man can go against. Not even nations can compete these days. There are these war machine systems of commercial exploitation of consumers where everyone gets fucked over. Actually. That was one crank. No fires, no crimes, nothing. You shouldn't have to press the pedal. But now it's time to verify that we're getting oil sent through the system, because it's better to actually verify than to not. I mean, we could not do this. We could not check it. And not be certain and not actually know that it's delivering oil. See, there's nothing in the line at this moment. I need like a cup. Anything I grab is gonna fucking spray. So it's best to spray it in a fucking pan. Alright, I'll see that. Unless it like jumps. There's nothing coming through it. Well, we're just gonna keep doing it. I do not know if that'll actually send it. Or if it needs to actually be running for the lines to pressurize. I've never actually dealt with that enough to know. There's fuel everywhere. What the fuck did I say? Oh my god, you stupid shit! What in the fuck is going on here? I disabled the fuel. I swear if that blew out the cylinder. It's all over the place. Fucking piece of shit. I told the ECU not to fire the fuel. The fuel should be disabled. God, these fucking retards. How difficult is it? And I knew that happened last time too, because it actually started. It's coming out of the injectors, is what that is. The fuel pump needs shut off. That's what that is. What the fuck? That is beyond annoying and pissy. If I shut off the fucking injectors, then it should shut off the pump, right? No. Fuck you. No one gives a shit. Turn on, you fucking retarded thing. You keep it right here. Now if I try to start it, it'll catch on fucking fire. Again. Maybe we're fucking lucky and it's seeping out of the... Look to you, buck. Okay, let's look at this a little bit more. Where's the freaking light at? I just had this heater could catch it on fire too. It's so fucking annoying. Every little thing. Did I not just have it right here? So it's coming out of the top of the injectors, it seems. Which means the injectors are actually feeding. Which means they're actually leaking. Because I can see the buildup on the direct injectors. That's where all the buildup is. Nowhere else. So they could be broke too. Oh, fucking hell. I was trying to run through everything else while I'm here dealing with it. That's a lot of fuel that came out of it. It's all over the floor. But we're going to do the throttle position sensor and all that. They should already be set up though, honestly. Manifold air pressure sensor, throttle position, and setup mode. I'm not going to do that right now. We're done for now. Turn that down here and everything's on fire. I want to start it, but fuck. This is just such a situation. At least I know now. I just hope it's not the fucking gasket. Which I really don't think so, but fuck, who knows? That's a lot of fucking fuel. I'm pretty sure it's not. I would like to fire it, but we're going to give it a couple hours. Let the vapors dry out. Man, fuck, that sucks so bad. And so, the direct injector, at least the rear one here, which is the same cylinder I've had problems with, and then maybe this next one in front of it, which this side of the block is where I've been having issues, oil leaking or whatever. And so that may have to actually get dealt with. It may have to actually get pulled off, and I may have to actually replace it or find sealers or whatever. I kind of need to at this point. Because I did tear that side apart. It could be the top seals on the injector is spraying, is leaking. And so I'm really thinking maybe I should just do that before anything else. And so what has to happen now is I have to tear this apart yet again. Oh, I left my phone on in there. Whatever. This was the first thing I'm thinking to do. How many do we have? I think just these three. Well, that's going to have to come off. It's just in the way. Keep coming back after all these years. That's the way it is. I think honestly I can just pull it up and over and get to those rails. I don't need to actually pull the entire thing apart. But they do have to come completely unbolted, so. I'm just thinking about those people who have been in your life the whole way there. See, I have to remove the fuel lines if I do that. And I think I can get away without doing that. This can come off, it's not that big of a deal. Well, I guess if I don't have to lay it here, then would I? What is it caught on the most is the question. You know what's funny? The world is a funny place. I need to just lay it over, dude. But this is so tough to get to. One thing after another here. That was kind of holding it in place significantly. It's just so difficult to get footing and to stand over here. One goes under, the other goes over. I guess I probably should disconnect them, huh? That's the way it is. That's where we need to be. We're getting there. Pretty sure that's exactly it. Yep, sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, I know I did this wrong. I did not actually get the seals on here. And we're missing a piece. Well, I guess that's that then. Can't do anything even if I wanted to. Okay, so I was not going to cover this, but I'm going to. So we have our sensor there. Okay, go back up. We're looking at our heated oxygen sensor, which is right here, C13. Next to it, C14, which is a wideband. Right, and that's this. And so we have an actual picture of it. We took a picture to look at the wiring. This one on the left side is the one we're referring to, which is the black connector. And so the flat flush side of it without these things, these guides, divots sticking out, because the clip is on the left side to release it. You hold it down and you pull it out, but the flat side goes on the right. And so we are sitting here looking at the information that is not necessarily correct. To be able to actually tap into it, which is right here, it says that the block has those colors coming off of it, which if we look right here, the actual block that we have has a blue, white, black, black. And so that's not here at all. But we do have our numbers, which are our pins. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so if we go back to the block, it's near the bottom, which is the C13. That's how it's referenced. Then we have our flush side of it. And then it says 1, 2, 3, 4 are the pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we know which ones are which. If we go back to the sensor, and we see the numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, then that's what we're looking at. The blue is 1, the white is 2, the black is 3, and the other black is 4. Which is not what any of this says here. And if you see here, it says C13. That's the reference for which connector you're looking at, which is actually very sensible. The way they designed this car is fucking brilliant. It's very organized and clean. Someone went through and actually referenced it. Like, is this right? Here's our C14, which is the inside one. It should not look like that, but there it is. 1, 2. 3, 4. That's not this one. We were just checking to make sure that they're not mixed up by some chance, because mistakes happen. Engineers or the publishers of this book, one thing can be looked over and then they send it out and it was never noticed, and that's how it goes out. So it had 2 levels here on the other one. I'm thinking that may be how this is, because that's what we've got here, but it's not put in there. So I think it's just a mistake put in there that I have to correct for, so I have to look at the pins and reference this. So, what is our signal? I actually wrote it down on here. What is what? Black, white is supposed to be our signal. Blue is ignition. No, it's actually our auxiliary, which is our signal out. Black, white is what we want for a sensor. And then will have to do this. These are not correct. Relabel it. Oh man, fucking life sucks. You get older, then the older you get, the more you see how much older people are. And then it just compounds until you don't exist anymore. So we've got these here. This is the main thing I wanted to get done. There's a description. This one. These. Oh, it sucks so fucking bad. And you just can't explain things to people either. It's just a sense of acceptance of the world, of ourselves, of each other. Okay, so how does this go? This is the top retainer. I think this one goes under that, maybe? No. There's definitely a break in this, so those flex. Let me go look at that information. Okay, so for sure, the order goes, these are on top, the smallest ones, and then these are on bottom. And the donuts are in the middle. I think that this goes flat down on the injector, because this makes sense for the round part to go above that. Oh, I swear, if I would have dropped that in the intake, that would have sucked. Because that's not just something I can dig down in and recover. And so the notches are on the top side, I'm assuming. That is tight. You really got to put some pressure on there to get these wrapped around the injectors. Oh my gosh, there it is. I found the other one that I fucking thought I lost, and the whole reason why I ordered replacements. It had fell under here. I'm like, it just magically vanished, and now I have to order replacements. But apparently I did not need to do that. I mean, they are worn a little bit, but not much. Anyways, let's get a look at it. That's how they go. Anyways, moving onward. The magical mysteries of life. And the great unknown. Don't force it, just guide it, glide it. It's a brand new field, so. Some lubrication may help. Where am I going to find some decent lube? I have to consider material may build up. And I don't want that material getting in there, so just fingered some PV blaster on there. All because some retarded person's child thinks that they're the #1 priority in existence. Let's see if we can get these down. Front, way easier. The angles are really important. It absolutely is, and that's why it's not going on. Okay, so we smashed it down. Let's inspect it and make sure it's not totally fucked. Yeah, it's not good. It would have slid right in there if it wasn't for that. I have no idea what fucking tune is in this thing. But fuel pressure should come on when you turn the car into ignition, right? Just such a hassle. We're not connected to the fuel lines though. And that's the big problem there. I have to put the manifold on to do that, right? At minimum. Otherwise the fuel just sprays out over there. Oh man, I've had such a rough minute. Okay, we're gonna plug it in, of course. We're taking this off because we came up with a new method to the madness. It's gotta be the 17. Oh man. Fucking uncertainties. Of everything. That was a lot of tension and pressure. We're just gonna bypass it. What was the other thing I ordered? This should be plug. I cannot remember what the hell I ordered. Okay, so I need to brush up some too. That's a little bit. Not enough, but whatever. Air pressure, aka me blowing on it. Okay, I don't fucking have it over here. I'll put it back over there. So we need to get the manifold back on before I try to actually turn it over. Wait a minute. If that's a 14, then I can just expedite it and not sit here like a fucking idiot. 14, right? That's what we said? Or 13. Somewhere in there. Definitely not. I thought so. I was like, this does not seem like it's that big. That's what she said. And it's... maybe? A baby? Maybe, baby. Not a 10. So it has to be a 12. That's the only remaining option. Give me my fucking wrench back. Where did that go? There it is. It's sitting on that exhaust. So we'll need the 12 extended to be able to get that back on. I just need to make sure I didn't fuck anything in the process. This needs to be up top. Okay, so to get to that, let us just see. I mean, it's accessible, but difficult. Because then we have to 45 it. Then I have to angle it. Then I have to clear it. Whatever. This is what we're working with. We're not even dealing with that right now. It's not even plugged in. It's not even hooked up. It's going to be totally neglected. Man, it sucks getting old. It's probably the worst thing ever. And then someone's like, oh, no, you just act like you're not getting old. Bullshit. That's the biggest lie anyone's ever told me. And it's like, okay, so the dude's a Marine that's saying this stuff. He's like, we're not going to accept getting older. And I'm like, are you fucking mentally retarded, or what's the deal here? I'm pretty sure you're mentally retarded because you are getting older. You can act like you're not, but you're still getting older. Okay, we gotta grab this. Bring it up. No, we can't do that until after our pins drop. probably need this. Man, it's not often you find good people to work with. And then they might not be around. It sucks. Because the entire one side of it, okay, of the industry, the auto industry, finding real good people, like down to earth, hometown type of people that aren't like batshit fucking crazy. Because we're not doing that, I guess. Let's hook up our lines if we can. Because that's the biggest problem that I'm currently facing here. Thinking about that, like I really don't want to be dealing with these vacuum lines with it bolted down, so if I can deal with it now, that's better. It's up here. The grabbers as I lose my knee to a fucking tow bar. Well, I mean, if we have a problem, we'll just deal with it. Like trying to plug this into the wrong fucking plug, and that's why it doesn't fit, because it's the wrong fucking size, and I'm an idiot. Congratulations, you passed the human test. You've been determined to be real human. Okay, I'm gonna have to see this, because it's not doing shit. I think it might have just started seeding. I think it might have cross-threaded. Because it's fucking crooked. I mean, the threads look good on it. Let's put this one up front. Shit, I can't do that right now. I gotta do the other side. It may be too tight as it is. What the fuck am I even looking at there? That is not it. want, we would have no problem. I hate it. Things could be worse though. You could have shit spraying all over your face right now. Well, that was the other day. And the fucking sewage line burst. Ugh, fuck. Days are gonna get better though. There's a promise to the future. Let's not send it all the way home yet. You know, it must be really fucking lonely in the Middle East, especially if you're rich or something like that. Because you have no friends. You probably have mental instability issues because you have no friends, because you have more money than everyone else. And so that creates this delusion of a reality that you exist in, where everyone's lesser than you, when actual human nature is a field where people are pretty equivalent, despite what society may portray. So we all have these human traits, these human ways, and what it means to be actual human. To ignore that, to think you're superior to them, is just delusional. Okay, so these are that. Oh man, fuck, people are dying, people are being born, and everything in between. I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with my life? Well, I'm doing what I can. Sitting here waiting 2 fucking weeks for deliveries and orders, this, that, and the other. Absolutely shit show of existence. What the fuck am I supposed to do about it? All this shit that I can't control. Somebody thinks they're the grand wizard of all existence. I think this one goes there, because the other one just doesn't make any sense. Okay, the lines are on. Oh, you know what they say? Fuck me. Because this is not gonna work. We're gonna reach a failure, the lines are gonna spray everywhere. I have to tear this back apart. And this is all done for nothing. You have to pull the actual injectors out to actually get them into the fucking rail and then put it on. Oh, I already know. But there's a 50-50 chance of not a total catastrophe here. Meeting actual success. Why in the fuck is that angled right there so perfectly to rub? I think he wanted to sit there on the phone with me though. That was kind of clear. But a lot of men are this way, where they don't want to sit there and listen to some dude go on and on about whatever that has nothing to do with them. And it's kind of more annoying than anything. When you could just well, we've got a charge, we're hooked up. I mean, the only other thing is to check that tune, which the laptop said out here is it's fucking freezing, and it's probably dead. I can almost guarantee you it. The battery's probably fucking destroyed on it at this point. I think I left it on too. So this is going to take another hour. I don't even know what tune's on it, and it's not worth risking a startup for whatever. Okay, so the idea is to just start it. Should I put the intake on here? Yes. There's no sense in being senseless. I mean, how difficult is this? I was like, no, I'm not going to put it on there because 5 minutes later, I could be taking it right back off. The fact is, it takes 5 minutes to do that. Probably not even. I'm thinking like 90 seconds was the time frame on hooking that in. Let me just do a last one over check before we really get into it. Plugged in, plugged in, plugged in. No, it's not. That is not plugged in. One clip was missed. Actually, there's a couple clips. All the clips. Overflow. The freaking manifold clips. It's not like it's going to do anything, but eventually, because of the fact that I forget it and just neglect it, then it would never get touched. Then one day I'll be having an issue not knowing what's going on, when obviously I didn't plug it in. I thought we had a fuel pump shut down. Confirmed. There's no start. It did shut off, right? Yeah, it's just kind of retarded. Like that. Now, I need to check the... I don't see a single drop. Those two spots would be the main ones. The fuel pump may be off. I can't remember if I shut down the fuel pump. Okay, so we haven't loaded. And I'm gonna hit the start button. And it should send fuel. Before we have a runaway train with that. Go ahead and check things. Sure. This little piece of garbage. If it would have just started right up, I wouldn't be doing this. Oh. That's exactly why it wouldn't just start up. How about we turn it the fuck off when I'm dealing with this? Just so no signals are getting sent anywhere or interrupted or shorted or whatever. The injector driver was not plugged in. Anything else, dude? Ignition driver. So that should be it. It should start. What if we have to load the ECU again? I mean, it's dead on arrival right now. We're not in nowhere. Reload the ECU, because that may have something to do with it. And try it again. Check a few things. There is a bit of leakage here. Very minor though, right? Which I think is the top side of this fuel rail line. Injectors are plugged in. Don't know what that is. I think it's oil. Just drippage. What else? I have no freaking clue. Give it another go. Got something out of it. I think it may be flooded. Is that backfiring? What the actual fuck? Most likely it's flooded. So the battery has drained a decent amount, so we're just gonna let it sit, dry out, whatever, and then try again later. It's loaded with the base tune, I think. Seven something is the base numbers. I'm thinking open 718 if I'm not mistaken. So it would be flooding in a bit. That's it. The wrong tune. Let me do this. Just the baseline tune. We're going to crank it one time. That's it. That's exactly what it was. It sounds fucking solid too. I'm glad it died. Because I don't want to sit there running it yet. I need to go charge the laptop and deal with other shit. Close the fucking app! Oh my god, you stupid shit. How difficult is it? Whatever, we're gonna report a shutdown. We don't need to report shit, just close. Fuck. Bureaucracy of bullshit is all it is. It sounded pretty decent. And I need to open the fucking door. So that was just right to not smoke out this fucking room with fumes and all that shit. Alright, let's just see what's going on here. Check it. I don't really smell any yet. I don't see any. So we're gonna see what happens. I mean, it has compression apparently. Oh, fuck, I totally forgot about that. We had significantly adjusted the throttle. And that's what changed. Whether or not this laptop's gonna make it. Can you not fucking try to steam me off? From the point where we last had it running, Technically, it should just start right up, right? What do we have here? That is the question. Our battery's full. Let's just see what happens. That's exactly right, isn't it? Doing setup, calibration, setup, throttle. Figured it wasn't necessary, but whatever. check my fuel. Port indirect. Should be good. That should be good enough. But it may be just too cold to be doing this. It's not that big of a deal though, I think. Shit. We're getting nothing. Let's go back to our main. Then check our throttle real quick. Seems good. Well, the tables are switched, obviously. Opened it. Would be under tuning, wouldn't it? It's off a little bit. Can you fucking just click the yes button? Shit. It's not getting shit. That is fucking annoying. Why would it not be firing? I don't think we're even getting a trigger error of any sort. Why is our views fucked? Oh, we did adjust these tables. Let's try to save this as, we're at 76. I think it says 75 on the field map. So I'm sitting here thinking about what the hell could be going wrong. Why is it just barely firing? It should just fire right up, right? And then I realized what may be the solution is something I was kind of on the fence about. A little bit of uncertainty there. Plugging these fuel lines in. I was like, I don't think that these are right, but it works. Now I'm like, I think I got them backwards. Isn't that just a delightfulness? I felt it spray on my face too. That's why I wear glasses anymore. The one thing that'll dry up better than anything else is fuel. But it'd also be nasty. I need a fucking rag. That would have done so much better, but hey, we're gonna have a messy fucking mess over here. Bullshit. That's high pressure lines too. I said I was learning about the car, and dude was like, "Oh, are you in school?" No. Oh my god, that's totally it. Two. I can already taste it. The question is, should I just start it up, or do we gotta freaking avoid whatever? Avoid catching it on fire, as they say. That's how it goes. I don't know. See, when I hooked it up, I thought in my head, like, it makes sense to do it the other way. Because they line up. They naturally have a state where they like to be. And I'm like, oh, this is it. Obviously. This is how it should be hooked up. And I know that the order of these, 1, 2, 3, go in order. 1, 2, 3. Front, one goes to the front one, back one goes to the back one. And whatnot. And so it was just barely getting any fuel into it, I guess. Whatever, let's find out. I'm gonna crank this thing over and let it catch on fire, and we'll have a nice fire extinguisher issue. I have the baseline 4 parts set on it. Let's do a safety check. Fire extinguisher in reach. Almost. Check it. It's good. It's charged. I don't know. Powder, hopefully. Seems better. It's running now. That was obviously it. Stupidest shit ever. It's always just something. Always something. So, let's do this. It runs. I think it was just fumes were in the cylinders or something, or maybe they passed through. Well then, since we made it this far, let's check that tune. We'll change the battery on the camera, because it obviously died. I just don't want to smoke the garage out. It's too late, it's too cold. charge, let it cool off, all that. So we have to get the base turned over. I don't have a key. The problem seems to be this tune for some reason. Let me go back and check these. It may have to do with the fuel. How many times do I have to? Can you turn on? What the fuck? No injectors. No map. And our fuel table's set up differently. It's not doing shit. Let's make sure. The map's right. Do you have any codes? That's so many fucking tunes. definitely not it. Fuck, that's annoying. Ugh. Well, so on the baseline, with 718 injectors, we multiplied it by 1.2 on fuel. Yeah. We're at 90%. It wanted to. What is the fucking thing? Fine tune it. Does not want to do it. That I think it's way too much fuel. What the fuck is wrong with you? Press the button, I am saying. Battery is dead. Give it one more go here. And I think the battery's dead. Times 1.01. Went up ever so slightly. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It should still fire without the exact amount of fuel. But here we are. Let it charge. Come back. Give it a cup of coffee. Alright, so the problem is it does not want to start. So, what does it need to actually start? The sensor for the manifold air pressure, which is good. It needs the spark plugs sparking in the ignition driver, which is this box in here. Which I really doubt has any sort of issue. But, you know, sometimes connecting and disconnecting things does what you need. Right now we have a blank tune, primer, whatever, just to flush the system. It's actually a tune just to prime the system. God, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm gonna try to do this, that, and the other. Maybe something is just not connected all the way, or, you know, duplicate in connectors and stuff like that. We know that the ignition, not the ignition, that the triggers are pretty solid. Because it has sync. Even though all the information online says that you should deal with the triggers. But that's not it at all. That's the furthest thing from the problem. It has something to do with the fuel, ignition, something in there. And so, to actually pull the plugs, I would have to probably drop the exhaust, then bring the engine up. That may be my easiest way to actually do that. Drop the exhaust manifold. We're just going to disconnect and reconnect a lot of things. I tried to do a bypass on direct injectors. It didn't seem to do much. Can I have this? I guess it's on there pretty decent. I'm not even going to bother with that one. These. I mean, there's a chance I could have crushed something too, somewhere along the way. The OT sensor doesn't come on until 500 RPM, so that doesn't really matter. The fuse could have been blown, which is not an impossible thing. Right now I'm really just trying to charge the battery. More than anything. Transmission's not a big deal. The actual plugs for these injectors make sure that they're on. Because who knows, one of them off by whatever. Oh, I don't like that one. Where am I at here? That might have just been it. The fucking odds, huh? Both of those moved. Whether or not that's actually it. So, to really determine that, I have got to move the laptop and switch over the tune. See, in my mind, I dread the idea of a head gasket failure. But in reality, that seems to be the least of the problem, because it actually has fired and started. You know, it fucking sucks we're not doing anything now. We went way worse. before we start jumping ship and all that, I am going to determine whether the car's off. I guess so. But we're going to pull the starter because it's turning, firing, but doing one cycle. And I'm like, what is all this sparkly stuff over here? And it's shooting material from the starter up. And so it's getting all over everything. So obviously that's a thing. Something's going on over here. And I thought earlier, maybe it is the starter. Before I really dove into this. I'm like, it seems kind of weak. But, I mean, we got a fire out of it. But, I'm sitting here thinking about it like, man, I've been cranking this a whole lot. Like, there's been a lot of cranking. And so, it could have started to burn out the starter, just not entirely. Just enough, though, to where it's not getting over that hurdle of actually starting. I thought it had another one laying around, but apparently not. I'm not finding it. Can we just... Fuck, how difficult is this to pull out? It's pretty warm too. So a lot of shit here. But would it be tearing? And it seems like it's jumping a tooth. And I was like, it can't be the freaking flywheel, huh? The fuck am I looking at over there? It definitely has some decay on it. I think it's a steering rack. Like it's been rubbing on something. No, it's just a light reflecting. I'm like, did something dig into the steering rack as I'm steering and like tear it out? Because the drive shaft's that way, the exhaust was rubbing on it and it dug into the drive shaft. But the steering rack's not the same. It is, but it doesn't move like the drive shaft, so. Well, there's a part number right there. I mean, for just a couple rotations, it probably shouldn't be that warm, huh? It can be torn apart too. It's a bit weak. Seems like it's burnt out the... Shit. You can't even tell what's going on with me holding it over here. Let's do this a bit better. Put a little bit of effort in. Anyways, here's what we've got. Let's get the lighting decent. So I rotated it and I'm like, all the teeth look good, but it's turning really easy. And then I'm like, oh wait, it's got play in it. Hold on, like this. And so it's been digging in right there, and that's what this material is. It may not be burnt up, but I think it's jumping teeth, to be honest. And so it may still have compression. My diagnosis was it lost compression. The head gaskets failed. I didn't do something right. I've worn down the heads enough to where it could be out of tolerance to where the head gaskets aren't going to seal anymore. So maybe one or two of them might not be getting compression. But I'm like, it really feels like it's got compression because it's boom, 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 boom. You can feel the energy of the compression of each piston, and it comes out of the exhaust. It's like poop, 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 poop. It wouldn't be doing that. It would be flat. It would be rotating more freely. And so that kind of just didn't make enough sense. And then I'm just sitting there thinking about it like, what the fuck? There's no way that the starch has gone bad. But deep down I'm thinking like, man, I've put a lot of fucking cranks on that thing. An entire lifetime worth just from the rebuilds this past year. In and out, in and out. And then the last ECU we burnt up, we were fucking cranking it down on that one. And so I think, hopefully, that it's just reached the end of its run. But the most unfortunate part of all of it is a new one of these, this one, is $400 or $500. And I thought I had one laying around. I still don't know. Oh no, it's on the car. Because one did not come with that. And so the one I'm thinking of is on the other car. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to go do research and all that. And maybe we'll get somewhere. I don't know. I could buy a used one, but shit. We'll see.